Hey, what's going on, guys and gals? Hey, listen, Behringer is on a roll. Okay, they just uploaded or released the MX Mix, which is for the Behringer mixers. You can use this with your M32s and the X32s. You just come up to the App Store, search for MX Mix, and as you can see, it's sitting right here. Now, these reviews should change. They absolutely did a fantastic job on this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open it, and here we are. Now, I'm going to do this one just like I did the Wing Copilot. This is very similar to how they had that one laid out as well. We're going to go across this top menu, then we're going to come down to the side, and then we're going to work on these channels. Okay, so anytime you go anywhere in this, it just doesn't matter. If you want to come back, then you hit the home button, and this is going to bring you back to your page layout here. And as you can see, you've got them all the way down from 1 through 8, 25 through 32. You've got your aux ins, your FX returns. You have your buses here. Then you've got your mains and your matrix and your DCAs. Now on the bottom here, that M and that S, that's because of this bottom row. If you look at everything there, it says mute. And if you tap that, now that's your solo button. This does not clear the mute. You see how that clear solo comes on right there? And it's kind of letting you know that you got something soloed, so you can tap it and go right back over to it. So however you do your workflow will depend on, where you use that the most. Myself, it would be sitting there where I could mute the channel. Now from there, we're going to come over to our effects. Awesome job laying this out. Now we're just going to come over here. We've got our 1, 2, 3, 4. They're laid out going across. If you're familiar with X32 edit, and you should be, you've got 1 through 4, and then you've got 5 through 8. So we're just going to come up here and pick up the hall reverb here. And you can see the effect is right here. This is where you're going to go in and change it. Just click done. That's over here under the effect. You can copy and paste them. But now this is a cool thing right here. Okay, you see over here where it says presets, none. And we're going to tap on that. So, what do you want this to do? You've got all these presets that are built in right here. Okay, and you're going to find out that some of these presets, like right here for the drum treatment, and then drum treat loaded successfully, we say okay. And maybe you want to use this vintage reverb on your drums. And if you don't use effects on your drums, you're really missing out, guys. That's what made these mixers famous. So we're going to say done. And as you can see right up here on the top left, it tells me I came from the App Store. It's giving us the time and the date. Now again, from the effects here, we're going to come over. If we wanted to go back, we would simply go to the home button. But again, effects and then our meters. Here we've got our channel meters, our aux and FX. Just so you know, these faders, they don't do anything if you touch them. They're just showing you kind of the position that you have them in and what the colors are. So you've got your bus, your matrix, your dynamics, and your gain reduction, your dynamic GR there. Then you've got your ins and outs. Now, if you notice up here, it says analog inputs. Okay, so that's exactly what they are when they come from the outside of your mixer. If you're bringing it in from the card like I'm doing right now, even though it's showing these signals, that's really a virtual input, just so you know. And then you've got your RTA here. Here you've got your RTA settings. Okay, that's not what this video is about. This is simply to show you where you can find this stuff, okay? We're going to hit done. One thing I will tell you is that there is a way. Let me see if it's right up in here. Here we go. This I did want to show you. If we wanted to do the monitor, which I don't have anything going through it right now. Channel 6. This is where you would select these channels, okay? And that's what it says right there. That's bus 01, aux ins. And you can see as you go through this now, and then you would pull your aux in from there. Okay? And we're done with that. So we're going to come over to the recorder now. Now, the first slot is our USB recorder. And I do have an actual thumb drive in there. And then we come over here because I have the S Live card. Then I can sit here and pull my sessions up and actually engage the player. Now, on the Wing Copilot, the SD recorder works just fine, but they're having a little issue still with their USB recorder, and hopefully they'll get it fixed on the Wing Copilot because it's definitely fixed here. Okay, so now we come up to our routing, and this is a nice thing here now. As you can see, this is where you would do your aux in remapping, and here I've got my S16 and SD8 connected. I'm in the play, and if I hit record right here, it's going to come back over to where everything's running out of my AES58 port. But since I'm going to hit play, it all goes back over to the card. And then here we have our AES50. You can swipe these left to right. And then we have our card inputs, and it's showing you here that I do have the live card. The XLR outs, these are pretty cool. Here you'll see how they've got them set up and the way that I've got mine set up. Now you notice the two that are highlighted here because it's coming from the rack, and you know it's saying we only have 8 outputs. Out 1 through 16, this is where you would go up and you would set it. As you can see up here, we have our main left and right, and then our center or mono channel. A lot of people call that their sub channel. It's actually a bus. These are buses right here. So we have a mix bus, the matrix, the direct channel out. This is real good if you want to record something and you just want that channel. Direct aux outs, and then your direct out FX, and then your monitor and your talkback mic. Okay. Now I want to just spend a little bit of time here. People get this output over here on the left confused with these mix buses, and they're not. These are the physical XLR outputs. What you see going across the top, that is the mix bus 1 through 16. Now you can see right here, I've got my main left and right going out of XLR output 15 and 16. And this is coming out of my stage boxes. But that does not affect my mix bus 15 and 16 under the effects. Not trying to confuse you, just pointing it out. And then here we have our aux outs. Solved the issue the other day. Okay, for a church, they had used all their outputs and they were not aware that they could simply come out of here and go like this and run their main left and right out of their auxiliary outputs into their audio interface that fed their live stream. Now, if you look down here on the bottom right, this is your tap point. Before, when you're in X32 Edit, you would right mouse click it, and this is how you would set these tap points. Here, you just keep the active tap. And then we have our P16 or the alternate. And these are where you'll normally see these here. And they're simply coming out from the channels all the way down. So let's go back to the home. Now let's go ahead and pop into some of these channels. All you do is just tap it. And this is all your channel configurations. And that's got me on DCA there, and I apologize. Should have went back up here to the channels. Come up here to the 12 string. This is how you would label it. Give it an icon. Hit the color. And you've got these arrows here. You can literally go from channel to channel. Let's see. Let's go back. And then we have the acoustic guitar 1. So we can come down here and find our strings maybe. There we go. So there's our little icon. Then we can change the color on it. Now, this is a cool feature here. You've got this invert here for your colors. If you're outside and it's real bright, then you would invert that color. Okay, you see it changing up there. Makes it a lot easier to see. Over here to the right, you have your presets. See what happens when we go config the preset? Here's where you can load the presets that are actually in the mixer. Here you have your gate. And if we just play with the threshold here, you'll see the gate coming in there on the right. And then you have your attack, your hold, and your release. You've got your frequencies here for your filters, your key source. If you want it to come off of another channel, then you would choose that here. We're just going to say self. And we're going to bring this threshold back down. And then you've got your compressor. Same thing with this. I can back up off of it just a little bit. The envelope here, we're on manual. We can put it on auto. It changes all these settings, but we're just going to put it back on manual. And then we have our detection, whether it's the peak, which is the peak of that signal. These are real good for drums. Okay, or the RMS, which stands for root mean squared. It's giving you the overall information for that signal. Here, it's just the peaks. Our EQ, our low cut filter here, we wanted to turn it on and off. You can see it moving right up there. Then you have your different frequencies here. And then you have your parameters here where you can set those. And you have the reset all button. Now, the RTA is off. If you wanted to turn these on as you come through, and down here for the sends. This is your sends on fader now. Okay? The only thing about this is if you look over here at buses, these are actually labeled. So we know jack is the first bus. So if we go back to 1 through 8, and let's come up to the base. We come down here to the sends, and we would have to come over until we find bus 8. And if you look right down here, these are not in stereo. These are the buses right here. So we would run jack, or this signal into jack's bus right there. Bus number 8, okay? And then you have your copy and your paste here. It's asking you what you want to do, the recall scope. We're just going to hit cancel. And done. Another real cool feature is if you notice right up here in the dead center, at the top it says main out. We can come over here and we can change this and see now it's our main bus. That'll be jack's main bus volume. Tap it again. You see we have our buses and back to the main out. I didn't see a place for the matrix there. No, just the main out. Now, the bug here is up here. If you have an issue and it crashes, let Behringer know. You know, come up here, man, and start an account. Give them this information. That's what got this app to the point it is right now. Because people volunteered to take their time to give them the information and let them know. Okay, and then you got a little button right back up here. Tap that, see if we can get back. There we go. And then you have your Wi-Fi setting up here. This is where you can disconnect from. We're going to say no. And guys, that's pretty well about everything here. I don't think I left anything major out. Here's the source here. So you can change the sources. It's coming in one. USB analog. Go back. Here's where you can set the DCAs. If you want to set it to a mute group. Now, one thing when I just said that, I don't recall seeing a mute group. So I hit done. So if it's in here, guys, I just haven't found it yet, or they haven't put it in yet. You got to remember, they took this off the market for so long, and they were recommending like everybody else, you know, you got to go use Mixing Station or Mixing Station Pro. But here, effects, meters, recorder, routing, I just don't see the place. And they'll probably be right down here at the lower left underneath this DCA. That's where they have the ones over for the Wing Copilot. But that's it. You know, you can still set your shows up through X32 Edit. You can use this to still run your shows. If you've got an issue and you need to mute something, come over here and mute that main, okay? That'll give you time, you know, to go through and figure out what you got going on. All right? I hope this has helped. Behringer, man, we appreciate it. You guys did an excellent job. All right? Take care. God bless. And we are out of here.